The request for the pardon from Prime Minister Netanyahu indicates to me that he is very worried about the potential outcome of the case.
אני מצפה שכל מי שטובת המדינה לנגד עיניו יתמוך בצעד זה.
This is his attempt to basically make these cases go away without having to admit any guilt or without any finding of wrongdoing. When former Prime Minister Ehud Olmert was indicted back in 2008, Prime Minister Netanyahu was the leader of the opposition, very loudly and often argued that Olmert had to step down because a prime minister under indictment would be unable to fulfill his responsibilities precisely because of having to go to court so often. Of course, Prime Minister Netanyahu is now arguing that means that he should get a pardon or the case should be dropped, whereas in the past his argument was that a sitting prime minister in that situation should resign. And public opinion seems to be split, as you know, Israel is split on many issues. In the polling that's been released so far, it seems that a majority of Israelis don't want a blanket pardon with no strings attached, but it does seem that a majority of Israelis would support a pardon that carries with it something on Netanyahu's end, whether it means an admission of guilt or whether it means him stepping down. Prime Minister Netanyahu is in a bind because, on the one hand, if there is a more lasting and durable peace agreement, it will be opposed by many of the people in his base. On the other hand, if he is able to get to a lasting agreement, then it may open the door to regional normalization, particularly with Saudi Arabia, which is something that will be popular with Israelis and something that he can go to elections on. So I think he's caught in this bind where anything he does confers benefits with some groups and detriments with others. So at the moment, he seems to be where he usually is, which is trying to keep his options open, not necessarily making a decision one way or the other, and keeping things in a holding pattern until he decides what he wants to do.